continuing our series now on part 7 of the D Brent Pogue sale entitled Masterpieces of United States Coinage. Taking a look at slightly more modern and pattern coins this time. Pattern coins present a unique window into what might have been. Coin designs that were minted for consideration but for whatever reason were never officially adopted into circulation. And certainly one of the more curious patterns to emerge from the US Mint would be this $1 gold coin. This was an apparent attempt to solve one of the inherent problems with producing a gold $1 coin during this particular period in time: its size. By producing a larger, ring-shaped coin with a hole in the center, it allows the mint to maintain the intrinsic gold value of the coin, but make it physically much larger in diameter. At least that was the original idea. Graded by PCGS as proof 65, the coin raised $31,200 at auction. Another pattern coin comes to us, this time from the imagination of chief engraver Charles Barber. This 1879 pattern half-dollar coin has become known as the Wash Lady design, owing to the seemingly haphazard, almost disheveled appearance of Lady Liberty's hair, quickly tied together in a loose bun. Although whether this meets with Barber's original intentions is up for debate. Around 12 to perhaps 15 such coins appear to be surviving today, with this one graded by PCGS as proof 67 cameo. On its turn at the auction block, it sold for $38,400. What we have next is a peculiar modern rarity. At first glance, an ordinary, albeit high-grade Kennedy half-dollar from 1964. But further study will quickly reveal the peculiar surface finish of this particular coin. Not a proof to be certain, but superior in almost every sense to a regular business strike as well. This is the elusive 1964 SMS finish. 1964 half-dollar, which has only around a dozen known examples. Key diagnostics for this coin include, but by no means are limited to, a clear die polish line connecting the lower crossbar of the F of to the A of America on the reverse. There is also a small defect seemingly dangling from the lower crosslet of the 4 in the date. This coin was graded by PCGS as SP67+ and attained a price at auction of $60,000. Commemorative coins may well be commonplace today, but at the turn of the previous century, the US Mint was only just barely embarking on its commemorative coin journey, and the 1900 Lafayette dollar is in fact the first commemorative dollar coin from the US Mint, celebrating the Marquis de Lafayette and his role in the American Revolutionary War. This coin was used to raise money in order to gift an equestrian statue of Lafayette to the French people, a statue which currently stands in Paris. Graded by PCGS as MS67, the coin sold at auction for $60,000. Another noteworthy pattern coin that has drawn the attention of many a collector, but that very few actually get the opportunity to own, is the so-called shield earring $quarter, yet another brilliant design by George Morgan. Today, it appears as though no more than 9 of these coins are left surviving, with 2 of those in permanent institutional collections. The coin here is graded by PCGS as proof 65+ and received CAC approval to boot, with a closing price of $78,000 at auction. For any variety collector who may also be interested in the Standing Liberty Quarter series, the 1918 over 7S Standing Liberty coin is both a challenging coin to locate and a key issue to fill for their own collections. Bizarrely, this variety only came to the attention of the collecting community at large nearly 20 years after it was first minted. By then, the presumably very small mintage must have dwindled away even further, despite the fact that this is a fairly easy variety to spot, with a strong underlying 7 on the date. Graded by PCGS as MS65, this coin raised $90,000 on its turn on the auction block. The 1877 pattern half-dollar series stands out as a particular delight for specialist collectors. Of that series, this pointed shield type are of an especially fine quality, not only due to their immeasurably fine design that were the result of George Morgan's artistic labors, but also due to the overall scarcity of the coin, with this silver pattern half-dollar believed to be unique, the only one of its kind in existence. Although vastly different, at the same time you can see the seeds of the Morgan dollar's design clearly within this coin already, but more on that in just a moment. This half-dollar pattern was graded by PCGS as proof 65 and sold at auction for $96,000. A spate of pattern coins were created in the latter half of the 19th century for many varied reasons. When the Brand Allison Act was passed in early 1878, however, it called for the creation of millions of silver dollar coins, a silver dollar which the mint had no design for at the time. So the mint had to rush these coins into production and basically adopted a design from an earlier pattern half-dollar coin from 1877 for this new dollar coin. This would become our beloved Morgan dollar coin. However, many felt that the design could be improved upon, and other designs and patterns were created in the years that followed, none of which were ever adopted though. Of those, this 1879 Schoolgirl dollar pattern is one of the most impressive. It is estimated that only around 15 coins were struck like this, graded here as proof 65 by PCGS. The coin sold for $144,000 at auction. At 72,644 coins struck, the only coin in the series with a lower mintage figure than the 1901 S Barber quarter is the 1913 S with a mintage of only 40,000 coins. Despite that though, the 1901 S is by far the scarcer coin in absolute terms. Add to that the fact that almost the entire known population exists in a grade of well below the VG level, then the true rarity and almost implausibility of this magnificent MS67 Plus graded coin from PCGS is placed in its true perspective. The coin's grade is accounted for by the fact that it was obtained by a visitor to the San Francisco Mint shortly after these coins were minted, along with a dime, a half-dollar, and a dollar coin, which were obtained at the same time. These were all held in the same family collection until they were first sold at auction in 2001. At this particular auction though, the coin was sold for $180,000. The Mercury Dime officially entered circulation in 1916, and with almost 33 million coins struck in that 1 year alone, it quickly became a common sight. However, the Denver Mint was quickly besieged by an emergency order of 4 million quarter-dollar coins that were desperately needed for circulation, and as a result, effectively halted production on all other denominations to fill that order, by which time only 264,000 of these new Mercury Dimes had been struck at that facility. Most of these were distributed to the upper Midwest later in the year, with Montana supposedly absorbing the brunt of the small mintage. What we have here is a superb gem-level example of the coin that is typically seen in grades little better than VG or even VF if you're extraordinarily lucky. Save for the toning, the coin likely still looks exactly like the day it was minted. Graded by PCGS as MS67 with full bands, it raised $204,000 when the auctioneer's gavel fell. There are few coins that are so surrounded by legend, rumor, and innuendo as the $4 Stella. Strictly speaking, a pattern coin created as a proposed international unit of trade to be compatible with the Scandinavian, or more to the point, the Latin monetary union system of interchangeability for their national gold or silver coins. A system which greatly aided international trade in Europe during the 19th century. This was by no means a new idea though, as the Dana Bickford patents, for instance, of 1874 clearly illustrate. But enough of historical fact. I promised you innuendo and rumor. So here we go. One of the most salacious tidbits surrounding this particular coin is a story that supposedly many examples ended up either in the form of trophies, pocket pieces, or simply outright jewelry in the possession of the madams who ran the more upscale brothels, or bordellos, I believe is what they were called back then, that were favored by the self-same congressmen who were meant to evaluate these coins back then. A surprising amount of Stellas have telltale signs that they were formerly mounted in jewelry. That seems to at least back up the story to some extent. But other attempts to prove this story one way or another have largely been fruitless. But the stories do persist all the same, so take it with a grain of salt or, well, any other way you choose. This particular 1879 flowing hair Stella example was graded by PCGS as proof 66 cameo and is a supremely beautiful example of this particular coin that sold for $264,000 at auction. If you liked this video, then consider taking a look at the first video in a series as well, where a few $1,000,000 coins are on display. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon to know when new videos are released. For the world numismatic news, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, stay safe, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.